Small business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, dualpreneurs, guess what? Microsoft is not going anywhere. Are you in or are you out? We're going to get right into that after this quick intro. You're going to love today's show. Don't you move.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. We are so excited for all those that are coming on in. Listen, this is going to be a great show, specifically for our entrepreneurs, small business owners, solopreneurs, dualpreneurs. But listen, everyone can benefit from it. I'm Sharvette Mitchell. If you're brand spanking new to me and saying, I don't even know who you are, I am an online marketing strategist, and I work with high achieving women entrepreneurs, offering services, changing the world. And we are focused on their marketing and their visibility. Yes. And so I'm excited that you are here and you're a part of this platform. Shout out to all of our sponsors. And this segment is brought to you by the 6th annual pop-up conference for women entrepreneurs. That's happening in Richmond, Virginia. Yes, this is my signature conference that I host every single year. And we're inviting you to Richmond November 4th, 5th, and 6th. November 4th is for our VIPs, and November 5th and November 6th is open for our general. You still popping, you still on and popping, our general registration. So hop over to heygirlhey.biz, and reserve your ticket and your seat today. If you're hanging out at Sharvette.com, the link is right there in the menu, or if you're on the homepage, there's a link right there for you. So we are excited about today's show. Welcome to all those that are coming on in, that are saying hello. If you're hanging out with us all across the web, we want to know that you are here. So go ahead and put something in the chat. Matter of fact, let us know what city you're from or state, where you are from, so that we can, show you some love and all the things. All right. Hello, Jonathan. Thank you so much for popping on in. I believe this is the husband of our guest tonight. Wonderful. We are glad to have you hanging out, and we see all of you that are coming in. Listen, we are broadcasting live from 3 different places in Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Oh, what am I forgetting? Twitter. We are glad to have you. And then certainly those that are going to check this out a little bit later in our podcast version. So, oh my goodness, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, all the things. All right. So welcome. We are excited. Listen, Charlotte, North Carolina is in the house. Welcome, Charlotte. RVA, Richmond, Virginia is in the house. I know you all are holding it down. So let me go ahead and introduce my guest, who is waiting so graciously in the virtual studio to pop in and to, just give us some knowledge and share all the nuggets and all the things. And so we are excited to have Vinzanna. Listen, she has been here before. You might remember her. She was in one of our pop-up business spotlights. So Vinzanna Leysath is here with us. She serves as the president and lead trainer of Training on Wheels. As a modern classroom and Microsoft certified trainer, she enjoys educating, mentoring, and advising clients of the endless possibilities of technology. Vinzanna earned her Bachelor of Science degree in accounting and a Master's of Science degree in management. Along with those degrees, she has several certifications. Oh my goodness, several professional certifications in Microsoft Office, which include Microsoft Office Expert, Master, and Certified Trainer. With over 15 years of experience as a trainer and a lecturer, she's excited about continuously learning and providing the opportunity for others to learn as well. And as we opened up the show, the title and the topic of this segment is Microsoft. It's not going anywhere. Are you in or are you out? I promise you're going to learn something here during this segment. Listen, let me greet some more people. Richmond, Virginia. Hey, Lady Di. Thank you for popping on in. Hey, Nicole, coming in from Richmond, Virginia as well. Hey, Lee. Thank you for being here. South Carolina. Yes, yes, yes. And of course, listen, we could not do this without my mother, Betty Jean Stanley Mitchell. Listen, coming up to the mic, bringing up to the mic our guest right now, live on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Hey, girl. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey everyone.
We are
Glad to be here. Thank you so much.
We are excited. And listen, we are coordinated. This was, I'm not going to say it was an accident. It was, listen, our steps are ordered. And I know your brand color is green, right?
It is.
So we are both wearing green. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Training on wheels. And so you are from, I want to actually start from where you're from because I think it's so fascinating. You're from the Bahamas.
Yeah, we say we're born and bred and get dead Bahamian. That's our little thing. So yes, I am from the beautiful island of Grand Bahama in the beautiful country of the Bahamas.
Listen, we got Bahama flags throwing up already. Lynn is showing. Thank you, Lynn, showing her Bahama flag. And so, what was the transition to United States? What was that like?
Actually, it started off with going to college. I didn't want to go to college in the United States, but my guidance counselor actually completed my application for me. We can't do that nowadays, but back then she did that, and she called me to her office to sign. And then she informed my mother that I got a scholarship, and that was a wrap. So I thought I was going to school in a country called Denmark. Little did I know I was going to a little city called Denmark in South Carolina. So God did that.
God was all in that. And so, accounting degree and all of that. How did you transition from accounting to now this like guru for Microsoft? Like if anyone ever tells me like Microsoft or asks something about Microsoft, you automatically pop up. Training on wheels automatically comes to mind. So what was that transition?
That transition, I was working as an auditor in the accounting field, and it's good money there, but I wasn't happy. And I was like, okay, something has to change. Had some health scares. And I think those health scares really pushed me to like, okay, it's now or never. And I was approached about a part-time position serving as a business professor at a HBCU in South Carolina called Allen University. So I went and I was like, well, I have a little bit of experience teaching, in grad school and things of that nature. And she was like, well, what do you think about doing this full time? I was like, oh, yeah. So she told me, and, it was presented really interestingly. She was like, all I need you to do is teach 5 classes and 10 office hours. And that's all we need from you. And I was like, that's it? And I get a raise, and this, okay, sign me up. And that wasn't the case at our dear old HBCUs, but it started my professional career as a trainer. And I'm telling you, Sharvette, one of the best faith moves that I've ever made in my life, because no looking back. I was like, bye accounting world, holla at your girl. I love educating and just having my students have that aha moment. And that was it. That was it.
And so like, how long ago was that?
I think about 15 years ago, I think.
Okay. So listen, I already said like 15 years experience under your belt. So not a novice here. If you're popping on in, hey guys, you're listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We have our guest information right here on the screen. Screenshot it. If you're on Sharvette.com, full bio is there, and link to her website for training on wheels is right there as well. All right. And so, was it Love and Hip Hop or Brown Sugar? When did you fall in love with Microsoft? Not hip hop, but Microsoft.
It actually came in my career as an auditor. So my first real job after college, we've always had those itty bitty jobs, but the first real one with the benefits, the 401k where you feel like a big boss, was actually Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I was in the auditing department. And I was just fascinated that this big company didn't have any major software. Their software was Microsoft. They took full advantage. We would build all of our processes utilizing Excel, Word, and Outlook. And I'm like, I was like, I was more interested in that
Yeah.
aspect of the job than I was actually auditing the books of the, so I was so impressed. I was like, wow, I didn't even think that Microsoft could do this. We always think that we
Mhm.
need X and Y and Z and spend all of this money, and we have the resources right there. How
Right
many of you have
there.
Microsoft?
Listen, type in the chat a one if you have or use Microsoft. That should be everybody listening. And if you're checking out the replay, still type hashtag replay number one. Type a one in the comment. Let me even sweeten it. Type a one if you use Microsoft today. If you use any Microsoft product today, type a one in the chat. Let us know. And so there are so many hidden things with Microsoft, and like you said, it's not going anywhere. So even people that have Mac products, do you have people that kind of make a argument? Well, I have Mac, and how do you handle people that use Mac a lot? Look at all the ones coming in.
Well, this is always interesting. So I always have clients that either use Mac or Google. Google has their own software. And I'm like, listen, all of these things are great. They're just different names. But the principle, the concept is the same. Think about
Right.
this. If you are creating a budget in Excel and you do 1+1, I don't care if you use Google Sheets, if you use numbers, Apple numbers, or if you use Microsoft Excel. The answer is going to be 2. There may be a
Right.
little variation with where a button is here or there, but we're talking about improving your skill. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
let's look at the skill. The skill is that this technology, specifically Microsoft, and the reason we focus on that is because, it's the big dog, right?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. That doesn't mean that we're limited to it, but our specialty is Microsoft. So I say, don't look at just the title Microsoft. Look at the skill. What are you
Yeah.
trying to improve? Where are you trying to grow professionally and even personally? To be honest.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so Microsoft certainly, is used everywhere, like you just said. What are the common mistakes you see people make? And then we're going to give some tips. So don't you all move. She's going to give you some pro tips. But what are the most common mistakes that you see people make with any of the Microsoft suite?
Um, Funny enough, a lot of people like to jump to the, people like, can I do this pivot tables class? Wait a minute. Wait. I would love to teach you, but do you know a function? Like, do you know? I find that a lot of people like to jump ahead, and
Mm,
that messes them up because what happens is you can do this job, but you don't have an understanding of the product itself. Does that make sense? Like,
yes.
as a baby, what do? They crawl before they're walking. There's a
Mhm.
reason why they're designed to do it that way. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see is that individuals do not develop concepts. They do not get a clear understanding of the product itself from beginner to intermediate to
Mm.
advanced. And I encourage, especially my professional clients, I'm like, especially if your job is going to pay for it, which a lot of my clients, this is considered professional development, start
Oh.
from the beginning.
Like, can I spell it out any more? Start from the beginning.
Start
Start
from
from
it.
the beginning.
And so many people take introductory classes and they're like, wow, don't underestimate the title of introduction. Get
Yeah.
a solid foundation first.
Because most of us, if I think about it, like we didn't in college and high school, we didn't have a Microsoft class that went A to Z. It was you just jump in and start using Word. Most of us, we were self-taught, so we don't even know all the things that it has the capability to do. So I'd love for you to share right now. I know people are listening like, "Ooh, this is good." First of all, share where they can connect and follow you online.
Sure. So you can go to our website, trainingonwheels.com, where we believe quality training can come to you. We are also located on Facebook at Training on Wheels, Instagram, Training on Wheels _ and LinkedIn, Training on Wheels. And for the person that may have the Training on Wheels handle, we would love to take that from you on Instagram.
Listen, I'm gonna say somebody has Sharvette, never posted, never. So on Instagram, I'm Sharvette M, and I inboxed. I was like, "Can I have it? Can I buy it? Something?
Can we talk?
Can we talk? Can we talk?"
But Training on Wheels, you can search us on Google everywhere. We are located in Jacksonville, Florida, and we'll be able to provide any type of assistance that you may need.
Wonderful. Okay, so let's target these tips to. We have a lot of dualpreneurs, work full time, and they're building a business on the side. Entrepreneurs, small business owners. What are maybe your top 3 tips that you would give? Maybe things that, oh my goodness, I didn't know that I could do that, or just your top 3 tips for anything related to Microsoft.
Okay, I am going to focus on our 3 primary products that we offer: Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Let's start with PowerPoint. Tip here. If you are not a creative person, I'm not a creative person. I'm very analytical. Sharvette has all the pretty stuff. That ain't me. So let me tell you a tip from PowerPoint. Did you know that you can create a slide in PowerPoint and save it as a picture? Let Microsoft do the work, because anytime that you insert a shape or a graphic, it's going to give you suggestions. It's going to do the hard work for you. And then you simply right-click it and save it as a picture. And now we look like Sharvette. We look very, but I do it all the time.
I love it. I love it. So tip 1, I'd love for somebody who's watching live, again, across Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. I saw you LinkedIn earlier. Type in tip number 1. You can save a PowerPoint slide as a graphic, as a picture. And so that is perfect, because on social media, you can only share graphics. Sometimes people will create something in PowerPoint and then they're stuck at how they can share it. So that is a golden tip. So somebody scribe that for us. All right. And then number 2.
Number 2, let's talk about Word. When you think of Word, what are you thinking about? Letters, resumes, things of that nature. But as business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, even as professionals, I use Word as a note-taking document. So before I put a caption, and to ensure that it's spelled correctly and it's grammatically correct, I will put that in Word, because Word will actually underline in red anything that's misspelled wrong, in blue anything that's grammatically incorrect. So, before you put yourself out there, even emails, if I just want to collect my thoughts, I go to Word and I start typing and, kind of check it out there before I carry it where I want to be. So Word is an excellent note-taking tool.
All right. Tip number 2, Word is an excellent note-taking tool. Thank you, Lynn, for being our scribe for tip number 1, popping it up right there on the screen. All right. And then the 3rd tip that you would like to share.
The 3rd tip is from my baby. Okay. My baby.
Oh, I know what
my baby is Microsoft Excel. You can do everything. You can make this thing jump. You can make it skip. You can make it hop. It's just wonderful in my Medea voice. It's wonderful. But let's see, a tip that you can use in Microsoft Office, Excel, one that we use both personally and professionally in the Leysath household. Our budget is done in Microsoft Excel. We have our income and we have all of our expenses. I literally can tell you what our light bill was in March of 2000. So every single tab we use to document our expenses. You don't have to go to these fancy softwares. They're good and they're timely when necessary, but use what you have.
Yeah. Use what you have. Thank you.
What you have. So tip number 3, utilize Excel to document your budget journey.
All right, there we go. Thank you, B, for capturing tip number 2 for us. And thank you, Lynn, also captured tip number 2 for us. Awesome. And then we know somebody will capture tip number 3 and we'll pop it up on the screen. So what do you think about OneDrive? What are your, the cloud and all of that? What are your thoughts around that?
OneDrive is, if you're young enough, I'm 2 words. OneDrive is bae. Okay, some people will get that.
Yes.
And then the other
They got it.
OneDrive is thebomb.com. So everybody should understand that OneDrive is amazing. So if you don't know about OneDrive, OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud system that we can put files in to access from anywhere. One of the things that you may not know about Microsoft versus Google, not saying one is better than the other, but just a point, Microsoft actually gives you more storage for free than our dear friends over at Google. So
Oh,
if you are trying to step away from carrying around a USB and forgetting your work here or there, what you want to do is upload that information into OneDrive, and then you can access it anywhere as long as you have internet connection. My life is in OneDrive. The whole
listen. So do you remember when we used to have laptops, and if something went wrong with your laptop,
is over.
you like it's over. And even just getting a new laptop, it was so easy to log into. I remember I had to look. My mom is on here. Hey, Betty Jean. I had to use her computer earlier in this year for something, and so I was able to just log into OneDrive and PowerPoint. Because I do all of our presentations that are used for our client sessions are done by PowerPoint and, and saved and all of that stuff. But I was able to access everything. And so definitely, I think that's a benefit of that.
And another thing, if I can add, OneDrive is an amazing collaboration tool. Stop emailing all this stuff all over the place. And, there are professional hackers in life. Like, that's what they do. They're waiting for this information to show up in your email. So put it in a safe space. Put it in OneDrive. Have your team in OneDrive so that you can share this information without having to attach it and worrying about space and all that good stuff. It's an amazing collaboration tool.
Absolutely.
We use it strongly.
Strongly. And Rita saying, oh, wow, OneDrive. Yes. Listen, Jonathan is like, we need a Microsoft endorsement. Absolutely, we do. And one of my clients actually has gotten sponsorship from Microsoft. So you are right. You are right on track with her podcast, Autism in Black. Shout out to Maria Davis-Pierre, who has gotten some sponsorship.
Congratulations, Maria.
Yeah, but listen, Microsoft, y'all got some. You can get the Sharvette Mitchell radio show endorsed. Listen, Training on Wheels, sending endorsement and all that good stuff. So how can people work with you? So you talked about professional development. So some people that are listening, their jobs may be able to send them to training. Let me back up. You're in Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out to our friends in Jacksonville. Do you service clients just in Jacksonville?
So our office is located in Jacksonville, Florida. We service worldwide.
All right, there you go. Worldwide. So
available worldwide.
Worldwide. So
from Zamunda to Florida.
So Wakanda. Listen, we'll even go to Wakanda. And so professional development. So some people's jobs may actually pay for a service, that you have. And so how can people work with you? What are the things that you actually offer?
Absolutely. So we offer primarily two services. So our Microsoft Office training, that's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and we offer a bundle service. So if you are in need of professional development, make sure, I strongly encourage you to speak to your organizations and get them. They have money allocated for training, but nobody is asking them for the training dollars. Okay. Yeah. So what I do, all right, is make sure that each one of my clients have a free consultation. And why do I do that? I don't just want your money. I appreciate your money, but I want to make sure that you are in the right course, that you are getting what you need, and we can develop a custom plan for you or a group of people. And that link is available on www.trainingonwheels.com. So absolutely. And can I put in, just to let you know, my Microsoft certified trainer, that certification, my former employer paid for it. I am telling you, they have two options when you ask, yes or no. That's it.
And
the world won't end
Right. And if they say no, it's not you ain't in no better, no worse place. And I know ain't is not proper English for those that are listening. But like you said, they have training dollars. I spent 25 years in corporate America. And I was counting it the other day, 17 or 18 of those years was in training and development,
That's right.
in the training and development department. So, and those are great. And also I'd love for you to talk from a standpoint of entrepreneurs. Even if the entrepreneur feels like I'm good, I got it. You might be hiring assistants. You might be hiring part-time. So talk a little bit about thinking about making sure that your staff is trained.
Not only your staff entrepreneurs, but you too, looking at utilizing these products as systems. Let me tell you, before we got into, as a company, we're growing. So our systems are changing as we get more contractors or employees. But we have our task list in Excel. We have our weekly planner in Excel. We are utilizing Word to document our agenda and our weekly notes. So how can you develop and make your process more efficient by utilizing the tools that's already on your computer without going and paying $12 a month? Those $12 fees, dear entrepreneur friend, they add up.
They do add up. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yourself and your staff and I think what would be so powerful for your training is the things that people don't know. Because again, I go back to, if you're just coming in, the majority of us, I would bet the majority of us did not fully learn these systems. We just kind of, hey, jump into Word and write a paper for school. Like there wasn't a class. And so we just have been either duct taping it together, self-taught,
figuring it out. YouTube University scholarship recipients.
Absolutely. And then I don't want to leave out a population that might be a little bit older that is now getting towards retiring. And, they knew the systems and things on their job, but, we might say put together an Excel and that sounds foreign. So are you seeing from an age standpoint, what type of ages are you serving and seeing?
Most of our clients are busy professionals. However, I am never going to forget about the older population, my parents, people that are in that age. So we do service those clients as well. I have people that say, you know what, I just need computer help. Well, we can help you too. I don't want the stigma to be, well, I don't know Excel, so I don't know. You book that consultation, which is free. Let's talk. If I can't help you, I'm going to refer someone who can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because technology is not going anywhere.
Right. Are you in or are you out? So those that are listening live, I'm in, type I'm in, wherever you're listening from, type I'm in. Microsoft isn't going anywhere, type I'm in. If you need support, I'm in. If you need support, reach out to Training on Wheels. And I also want to mention your Train the Trainer program. So there may be some here who are more on the expert level and want to figure out how to transition their skills. Talk a little bit about that. Look at all the I'm ins.
I'm in. Yay. We're going to do a little dance first. Okay. Train the Trainer. We just launched for the second year in a row our exclusive Train the Trainer programs where we help trainers become certified trainers. It's one thing to say you know how to train, and there's another thing to have, a little credential behind your name. Absolutely. So we make sure that whatever your subject matter expertise, Sharvette, design, branding, marketing, that's her thing. I can't take that away. What my job is, and she probably doesn't need it, but I'm going to use her as an example. But what my job is to show you how to take the knowledge and present it in an online format so that everyone can understand. Pre-pandemic, we taught over 5,000 people in pajamas. Not really, but do you understand the concept?
Yes, yes.
So it doesn't matter what your subject matter is. It matters, do you know how to connect with your audience, whether they're in the front of you or they're in a Zoom camera? Are you in? Are you out?
In or are you out? Listen, Freeport, Bahamas, is in the house. Listen, Freeport. This picture right behind me is actually, I think we were at a port in Bahamas. Freeport. I think we were this picture like right here was we were. You know how they stop you outside the cruise ship? Literally, that's Freeport right there. So welcome, welcome. So glad. Listen, my mom is commenting. I'm in. Technology not going anywhere. All right, there you go, Betty Jean. There you go.
Come on, Betty Jean.
The train the trainer. I think that is very powerful. Those that are coaches, experts, leaders, anyone that has to translate their intellectual property. Hear me good, entrepreneurs. You have to translate your intellectual property over to your customers. This is a skill set and a certification that you want to look into. Again, all the places, listen, we are over time. Oh my goodness. All the places, all the ways that can connect with you.
trainingonwheels.com, trainingonwheels.com, trainingonwheels.com. We are on Facebook, Training on Wheels, Instagram, Training on Wheels _ LinkedIn, Training on Wheels. Training on Wheels.
Training on Wheels. And you do, what's so great about your Instagram is that you share tips and you share like quick nuggets. And so not only are you just kind of following you along, you're also training a little bit, little bits and pieces here. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. The last question, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
Life. I have the mentality. I work like I have 10 kids in diapers. And I know that sounds weird, but that's what pushed me on days when I don't even feel like doing it. You have to want this for yourself. At the end of the day, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's a 9 to 5, whatever it is, life is too short to be unhappy. Been there, done that, not going back. So I am working hard to make sure that, I'm able to provide the life that I want for me, first of all, and for my family. So let's keep going. Let's get it. Let's go. Happiness is not underrated.
All right.
She's going to be happy.
And I'm going to be happy right along with you. Hello. And all of those that are watching. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us and hanging out on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. And we certainly wish you much more continued success.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. So there you go. Microsoft, if you are in that expert role and having to convey your intellectual property, check out Training on Wheels. I think that is definitely something that you want to get into. And those of you that need it for professional development, make sure you reach out to your corporations. Listen, if you missed any of this, just go back and watch the full broadcast. Also share this out. Go ahead and share this out if you know that there are people on your timelines or in groups that you manage or in groups that don't mind you sharing this type of content and information. And then make sure you follow Training on Wheels. Thank you for all those that were here and engaged. Thank you, Lisa. Excellent. We appreciate you being here. Claps for my sister, my biological sister, Kimberly, holding it down on YouTube. Always make sure that YouTube has some representation over there. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Husband of our guest. Thank you all. And so it is a wrap for us here on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. We're excited again and honored that you spent some time with us. And if you're listening or watching in the replay, type replay. And then again, for our podcast viewers and listeners, we thank you as well. I'm Sharvette Mitchell. To find out more about me, if you're hanging out at Sharvette.com, just go to the About page, and I'd love to work with you and connect with you. Bye. See you later.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.